So, what's up? I'm gonna discuss what I would do if I was on the Titanic, right? Because it's like I have a ton of models of it and stuff. I like it. It's an interesting story. Look at my new pajama pants. Pretty cool. Hold up. Yeah, I know. Stereotypical American here. Let me show one other thing first before I get into the actual video. Um, Added another ounce, like 6 ounces of the rubber band ball. Also, this little tiny band ball is the base of the big one. So that's like what it looked like when it was first made. Because I bought the one there, the tiny one from Target, and then I added a big barrel of bands that was nearby. Made about 7, 8 ounces, and then I added to it for like over the past year. So, anyways, on to the video. What I would do if I was on the Titanic, I would say first thing, this is saying I go back in time and I'm on it. Like I already know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And let's say I can't stop it from hitting the iceberg, but I spawn on the ship as soon as it hits, right? And I know that. So let's say the first thing I do is get over here on this side because it was Murdoch, William Murdoch, first officer, and he was on the starboard side or right side of the ship, and he would allow men on if there weren't any women and children around. So automatically, if I go there, basically as soon as it starts, I have the highest possible chance of living, basically. So I would get onto this side of the boat. Let's say though, I'm still not able to get on a boat. Second thing I try to do is try to build a raft. Okay, out of basically anything. What I would do is I would use stuff from the promenade area. Probably the best place to get stuff to like build a raft. Now, where I would try to use my raft is try to get off basically like, okay, once this goes underwater, the bow goes underwater, this area you can, it's still, once this area is underwater, the final plunge doesn't begin until it gets about right here. So you still have from here to here to get on, and I think it took a little bit to get up there. I'm not entirely sure how long it took to get from here to here, but I know it took like about 10-15 minutes because I wrote a very detailed essay. So I would try to, if once I have my raft built, I would try to get on it here because it would be the easiest place. If you try to do it like right here, like what the one guy does in a night tour, remember, it doesn't really work as well because you're diving, you're taking a plunge basically. So like it's gonna be shifty and more not calm. But if you get it here, the ship is still slowly sinking. So like it's calmer, meaning you're more likely to be able to get off gently without destroying your raft. Once I got off, though, I would try to get to a lifeboat and be like, "Hey, yo, please, like, let me on." Like, hold up, my hair's messed up. I would just try to be like, "Hey, yo, let me on." Like I made it all the way out here. But if not, I would do what Charles Jalkin did and drink a bunch of whiskey, and then I would get on the very back and then ride it into the ocean like he did. That's what he said he did. So we're not entirely sure, but he says he did it. So why not believe him, I guess. It makes for a funnier story anyway. So, and he survived, so I try to do that. Try to get, like, break off a door to make a raft like they do in the movie. Best solution would probably be a door like that, like a big door, and then a few life vests, maybe one on the end of the door, and then one on the other end of the door to give it maximum, like, stability. Maybe 3 maximum. Like, if I'm able to find 3 life vests just lying around, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm able to get more to build a raft, then yeah, I'd do that, obviously. I would build a raft with, like, 3 life belts underneath it. Then it would float, and then I would try to carry my raft down there and then get off the boat. And then, maybe get something to paddle with. Maybe something to paddle with. Maybe, you know what I'd do? I'd go to the gym, because the boat had a gym on board, and they had a rowing machine actually. So maybe break one of the oars off of the rowing machine, and then use it for my boat that I would have made out of a door and 3 life belts. I feel like that would be the most optimum survival situation because the boat could float pretty well on itself, especially if you got. A door could float pretty well by itself, even if you have a person on it. Because they they had heavier doors than the stinking plywood doors we have now that you can break with your foot or something like that, you know, if you kick it too hard. So yeah, you can do that since it's better material, and then you can put 3 life belts underneath it to give it more push up. You know what I mean? And then try to get off of it in this area. Like you see that this little tiny area down here, right where the bow meets into down here. Try to get off like in this area and break off one of the oars from the rowing machine and use it to paddle. Maybe both of them. Just take both of them. Why not? Because nobody else is going to use them. So that would be how I would survive the Titanic if I was a time traveler. If I wasn't, then I probably, I don't know. I don't really know. I probably wouldn't be thinking as much. Maybe I would. I don't know. Maybe somebody did try that. It sounds like a pretty solid plan to me. But they didn't really know it was singing until about an hour later. Like, they didn't know it was gone, basically, you know. So, anyways, that's how I would survive. So, see ya.